The First Lady's answer. Hillary Clinton says she is considering an unprecedented run for the United States Senate. Race hate on trial. An alleged white supremacist stands trial for the dragging murder of a black man. And is there life on other planets? Tonight, the search for evidence frozen in time on the bottom of the earth.
This is the CBS Evening News. With Dan Rather reporting from CBS News headquarters in New York.
Good evening. With a few carefully chosen words, Hillary Clinton tonight fanned the frenzy over the hot political question of the moment. Will she or won't she run for the U.S. Senate? As CBS News White House correspondent Bill Plant reports, there is now a chance a Clinton will be on the ballot next year.
Proposing new aid for hurricane victims in Central America today, Hillary Rodham Clinton looked a whole lot like a candidate. Mrs. Clinton, everybody wants to know if you're going to run. Lady smiled. The First Lady smiled, but didn't reply. She's definitely not discouraging this. Late today, she issued a statement saying, "I will give careful thought to a potential candidacy in order to reach a decision later this year." The Hillary boomlet began as she campaigned for Democrats around the country last fall, particularly in New York, where she got some of the credit for Charles Schumer's victory.
I think she'd be an extremely formidable candidate. I guess she'd have to be the favorite.
But Schumer went on to say favorites don't always win. And some of Mrs. Clinton's allies are warning her that it would be a rough, even nasty battle against her likely opponent, New York City Mayor Rudolph Giuliani. For example, in a state with millions of Jewish voters, she would have to explain this.
It will be in the long-term interests of the Middle East for Palestine to be a state.
The president's wife wouldn't be the first to declare herself a New Yorker, even as she filed to get on the ballot. Shortly after President Kennedy's death, his brother Robert did the same thing, and won, despite the charge that he was a carpetbagging outsider. The frenzy over Mrs. Clinton's possible candidacy has put that race on hold, and New York Democrats are urging her to make a decision soon. But a source close to the First Lady told CBS News tonight she's very methodical. She wants to look at all sides of this, and that takes time. Dan?
Bill Plant. An editor's note, one of the arguments reportedly being made to Hillary Clinton by those urging her to run is you win a Senate race in New York and you might be in position to run for president later. Is she thinking about running for president or vice president in 2000 instead of for the Senate? No one in a position to know will say. Dateline, Jasper, Texas. The crime was vicious and ugly and shocked the nation. A black man was chained to a pickup truck and dragged to his death. Today, one of three white men charged with the murder last June went on trial in Deep East Texas. CBS's Bob McNamara reports on a case that shed light once again on our festering race problem.
Mr. King, you have any comments?
Robed in a bulletproof vest, 24-year-old John William King was portrayed by prosecutors as a young man full of deep-seated anger and racial hate who wanted attention from the Ku Klux Klan. Prosecutor Guy James Gray laid out a case of DNA and physical evidence that he said would put King at the crime scene of last June's brutal killing of 49-year-old James Byrd Jr., a tragic victim whose family was in court today.
It's very emotional having to hear the details that we already knew, but to actually see hear those details being explained, also see the clothing, took an emotional toll on all of us.
Motionless as he heard opening evidence, King is the first of three white ex-convicts to be tried separately for James Byrd's slaying. Byrd, the piano-playing man on home video, who 10 months ago was chained to the back of a truck and dragged 3 miles along a state road, his body badly dismembered. On the stand, Sheriff Billy Rowles told the jury that includes just one black man after finding King's cigarette lighter with KKK and